So yeah, just to reiterate briefly, we don't want to lead people down into like too intensive experience without a lot of training and rapport and confidence that you know what you're doing, or that you have training around trauma sensitive mindfulness principles. But when leading this type of practice, I usually ask people to reflect on something mildly frustrating. I want to work within people's window of tolerance. And so if I feel like their window of tolerance is like at a 5 out of 10 intensity level, then we'll go there. And I'll ask them to think of something frustrating that was frustrating, but not too frustrating, like around a 4 through a 6 intensity level. Or if I feel like they're capable of being with more intense situations, and we'll go there. But for general everyday people, I'll usually work with the mild territory. But in kind of transitioning out of it, it kind of depends. If I'm working one-on-one, it'll change. If it's a group, it'll be a little bit different. But I think it's important to, like, in the practice itself, to work with judgments, noticing judgments and softening the judgments, and just bringing this gentle curiosity, speaking from a place of care, speaking from the heart. But I'll usually kind of segue into a self-compassion practice. Inviting a sense of care into the body, or to reflect on someone offering you care, whether it's imagined or real. But kind of opening to like receiving a sense of care or loving kindness or compassion of some sort. Allowing those feelings to come, or just directing a sense of self-compassion towards an area of the body that's most affected by the feelings of frustration. So if you really feel it in the head, can we kind of bring a gentle, caring curiosity to the sensations around the head, and just kind of hold it lightly, and wish those areas well, and or around the heart, or for yourself in general. To reflect on the common humanity that this experience is shared. It's nothing like personal, like we all go through this. It's going to be okay, like this is common. But it's also, I think it's also important to notice how the sensations change over time as we stay mindful of them. Because usually they will process, usually they will lighten a little bit, and we can notice that. We can not kind of take that for granted. We can experience the transformation that mindfulness often brings us in the short term. And to realize, oh, yes, like this has been helpful for me to actually tend to it with a sense of care and curiosity, or gentle awareness, or non-judgmental presence. That, oh yeah, it's a little bit lighter now. I can appreciate that. It may not be fully gone, or might not have the challenge resolved 100%, but I can see how this practice has been helpful, and I can appreciate that. Right? There's a sense of gratitude for that. Um, everyone here has different skill sets, so you could also transition into breathing exercises, like box breathing, or you know, or mindful walking to, uh, to help transition. Um, um, so those are a few examples of how I might kind of come out of that unpleasant experience. Um, but my main um, practice would be sort of self-compassion centered. Um, and so, we have a recorded workshop from Christopher Germer. He taught a few months ago now on self-compassion, and he has lots of great practices in the recording there. And um, Kristen Neff has written about this extensively with Chris Germer. So, but that's usually the main thrust, is self-care, or inviting a sense of care um, into the body and into your experience as the main point of transition.